Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Andy, aka LG, aka Loggy. I'm here today on Magic Arena, although I'm not here to actually play Arena today. As you can see by the title, this is just going to be a long video. Liliana's on Instagram, boys. What the fuck? What was I saying? Caught me way off guard, bro. But today, I'm not going to be playing Arena. I don't know if you can actually tell, but I'm pretty tired right now. Which goes along with the theme of the video, just a couple hours long, me just going through my old deck lists and changing things, deleting things, you know, for you guys to watch and fall asleep to. So, and if you don't actually fall asleep while watching this, that's even better. But I do enjoy, you know, falling asleep watching, you know, content I enjoy. So if you enjoy my content, I hope you can rest comfortably as I go through a lot. I have 78 decks, guys. I gotta get rid of some of these, especially now because I actually converted to best of 3. So the majority of this video, I think, is going to just be me, I guess, deleting these older decks, or maybe trying to make them into best of 3, although I don't even know where I would start with a lot of them. So I guess I gotta go through all these one by one. Well, I guess we'll start at the bottom. Bro, Turbo Henge. Y'all remember this deck? Absolute banger of a deck. I loved this way more than I ever loved Green Nykthos, whatever the hell they call it. Devotion. What, is that what they called it? Mono Green Devotion? Yeah, I think so. But I couldn't stand that deck. I hated playing it. I hated playing against it. This always just felt a lot more comfortable to me, and I could win so many more games with it when I actually played it. Though I did eventually gravitate towards like more aggro, because the point of this was you got 2 elves to hopefully get one to stick turn 1. Turn 2 you play a Steel Leaf Champion or a Ronus or even a Kazandu Mammoth. That way you have a 5 power creature on turn 3, so you can play the Great Henge. There's probably so many, because there's like that 2 mana 8/8 now, so yeah, the turboing out Henge is probably a lot easier than mono green like aggro. So yeah, I don't know if I should bother trying to make this into best of 3. Like, I don't even know how to. I think I'll just end up deleting this one, and if I want to go back to Turbo Henge, I'll at least have this to look back on and remember my shell. But yeah, like we had 4 Scoos main deck for no real reason, because I played best of 1 back then. But yeah, what is this? Hatshep Oasis. Oh, I definitely net decked this, because I would never run something like this. Okay, yeah, I can comfortably delete this. As long as we have evidence of what it was, so in case I ever do get the desire to play Turbo Henge, I can go back and see what I was rocking. But, yep, say goodbye, Turbo Henge. I suppose I should address the elephant in the room. It's December 14th. They banned Karn and Explorer guy, I can't remember his name. The name is irrelevant. The 4 mana win the game card that everyone was spamming in Pioneer and Explorer. That card was a problem. Good God. Yeah, had to go. It was just. I really thought Wizards wasn't going to do anything about it. I thought they would just force players to adapt because the card was so new. But I'm really glad they actually took action, because there was no. Like, unless you built your main deck specifically around it and played around it, there was no real meaningful way to interact with their combo. Not to mention the fact that it can just win the game on turn 3, so very, very unhealthy and toxic deck for the format, so glad that's out of here. And since that's gone, oh, this is, speaking of which, they banned my boy Karn. I should have crafted another damn Karn so I could have gotten one more wild card. Whoops. What do we got here? Look at all these artifacts. 3 Stone Brains, bro. I was not having it. What else do we got? 1 Finale, okay. Guy's Blessing versus Random Mill. Only 3 Storm the Festival, that's wild. What's this? Oh, Thrun? I mean, yeah, I never enjoyed Nykthos. I think Nykthos... I've been asking for Nykthos to be banned, like, ever since it came on Arena, because it's just an unhealthy card. It's not healthy, it's not fair, it doesn't feel good to play with or against. It's just unsatisfying, and, like, there's... People complained previously about mono green Nykthos, like they wanted to ban... I heard people wanting to ban, like, Karn, obviously, for a long time, for reasons other than just mono green, because it randomly hoses artifacts, and it's just a very unhealthy card. But aside from Karn, people wanted to ban, like... I've heard people wanted to ban Storm the Festival and Pioneer, which I was just... I was going to freak out if they banned this instead of Nykthos, because Storm the Festival is not an unhealthy card, and Nykthos is, but they banned Karn, so I don't know what it's going to do to the format. In regards to this deck, I don't think this deck needed Karn to function at all, but it does get significantly worse. The real version of this deck, you tutor up some artifact with Karn and you win with a combo, but I wasn't trying to do that. I don't even know if the real version is on Arena. I think it is, but that was a best of 3 deck, which I wasn't playing back then, so obviously I wasn't playing the real version, but I did enjoy this one. As much as I could possibly enjoy this deck, like I said, I don't like this shell. It's like, whenever I play something like this, my opponent just has all the removal in the world. You never amount to anything, and then when you play against it, your opponents always get exactly what they need while you aren't playing ideal interaction. So it's like, have you people never fought board wipes before? This deck in best of 1 was a menace. It was probably more manageable in best of 3, maybe? I would imagine it would have to be, but I think the deck was more powerful in best of 3, which doesn't make sense because you need your sideboard filled with artifacts for Karn. I have no idea. I have no idea how this deck ever took off like it did. Like, it needs a lot of pieces that are very easy to just remove, so I have no idea how this deck ever took off, and like how it won so many, like how it was represented so much, how it won so many games. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try this in best of 3 later. Obviously I'm going to scrap this one because there's Karn here, and it's just my sideboard's looking a little dank, so there's no reason for any of that. Maybe it can function. It certainly won't live up to what it was prior, just because Karn is such a menace, but I think it can still function. I just don't want to really play with it ever again. So, yeah, I can definitely delete this one. You know what's how I named this one Nykthos Good? Because I made a mono-green Nykthos deck before this one, and it wasn't good. Neither was this one, but this is Nykthos Good, guys. Yeah, let me delete Nykthos Good real quick. Wolf Explorer, let's look at this. I actually made a video with this deck like a year ago. Explorer Wolves, before Cavern of Souls, before, oh god, before Best of 3. This needs some work. Bro, let me apply this style. What was it? Oh, Tovolar, okay. But yeah, I actually have a wolf deck in Historic that I think is miles better than this, just because of some additions that Historic provides that aren't available in Pioneer. Mostly, I think strictly Young Wolf. no, Immerwolf too also. Let me just show you the deck. Let me delete this one. Historic Wolf Aggro. This is what I use to climb. I thought when I was climbing a ladder I would continue to play Best of 1 aggro, but Best of 3, it's just a lot more satisfying, because you can actually, theoretically, you can actually use your sideboard to help in matchups that aren't in your favor. It doesn't always work out well, especially if you don't draw your cards, but the option is there, and with an aggressive deck like this, even if you lose, The games don't take very long, but you do end up winning a lot because maybe I should make a video with this deck because it's surprisingly resilient in Historic. I completely forgot to mention, along with the bannings, there's a new format on Arena, guys. It's called Timeless. The fetch lands are legal, lightning bolt's legal, like sneak attack and Oko, Uro, all that degeneracy is legal. So I have been playing it a little. Like, I bought into it. I bought so many packs of Khans of Tarkir just to get the fetch lands. And I can't decide if I love the format yet or if I absolutely despise it. I think once more people start playing and it develops more, I might enjoy it. Because, like, now it's, like, it's simultaneously so homogenous, yet you can't prepare for anything. Because, like, everything is just so low costed and no opportunity cost for anything, and it's very inhospitable. Like, if you try to play a card above 4 mana, you're probably not going to survive. Like, I tried making a sneak attack deck. Do I need to say anything more about this Wolves deck? Probably not, because, like I said, I might make a whole video playing with this. If y'all want to see it, let me know. Yeah, let me get to that Timeless deck. Alright, here it is. We I went back and forth so much on this. We want a ramp, so 4 Utopia Sprawl. Bolt, just because it's a staple. 4 Defense Grids main deck, because I was running into non-stop counter spells. And, like, Fatal Push is an insane card because fetch lands are legal, so they don't really hurt me much because everything that I would be sneak attacking into play is more than 4 mana anyway. But still, like, not Fatal Push specifically, but just low cost interaction was just destroying me. So I moved all copies of Defense Grid to main deck. 3 Explore. I think I even dropped an Explorer for a 4th copy of Defense Grid. Good God. The Arena players got me fucked up. 3... 3 Idyllic Tutor, to tutor up our sneak attack, obviously. I also wanted, like, an enchantment creature that I could tutor up with this late game, but I don't think I added one, because I don't know why, but it looks like I didn't. 3 copies of the One Ring, because the thing you need most with a deck like this is cards. If you don't have anything in hand, you can't sneak anything into play. So you desperately need cards, and this is the real version of the One Ring, so it hasn't been nerfed like it has in Historic, so you don't have to pay 1 to activate it, but it's still very slow in a format like Timeless. But ideally the game plan is Sprawl on 1 of these on 2, unless we also get like Idyllic Tutor to play this on 2, and then this on 3, on 4, sneak attack a bunch of these into play. That's like Christmas Land. It never works out that way because you always draw these in your opening hand and you have to mull them away, and you're already on the back foot, and mid-game you draw this, you never draw enough lands, your opponents are always playing such low-cost spells that anything you do hardly matters. And it's, like I said, very inhospitable for decks trying to play cards even as low as 4 mana, especially when your deck doesn't give you lands. But as for what we're sneak attacking into play, we got, like, Grave Titan to make zombies, Prime Time to get lands, Gruff Triplets to make tokens, then die and then pump the tokens, Xander to do a bunch of stuff. He gets the ETB, make them, what, discard, right? Yes, then attack, mill their library, and then die, and then they sack half their permanent. So this is a very good sneak attack target when it works out. 2 Atraxa, just because. Probably need more just for lifelink, but I don't know, I only have 2. 1 Cityscape Leveler, I don't know if this is still necessary, but it's still in here. And then 1 Jin-Gitaxias Core Augur to make opponents discard, even though by the time this gets down, it's never That effect is never going to be relevant. And I didn't realize Jin actually worked this way, that at the beginning of your end step you draw 7 cards and then you still have to discard afterwards. I didn't think it worked like that, but apparently it does, so this probably could leave. So that's just funny. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done in this sneak attack deck, but there's apparently an alchemy card that's very, very mindless with sneak attack. Like, it comes into play, you exile all mountains in your library and like deal damage to an opponent's creature equal to the amount of mountains exiled. Then when the creature dies, you put all those mountains into play. Like, good God. Part of me wants to play with it because like it seems very abusable, but like I don't know if I can sacrifice my self-respect in order to play alchemy cards. I don't know if I can do it. If there is one alchemy card I would play, it would be Oracle of the Alpha, just so I can play the Power 9 in this format, which is effectively Arena's version of Vintage, so I think that would be cool, but yeah, I don't know. And then, yeah, this was my sideboard. Some Bone Crushers for One Rings, which I've never seen anyone play in Timeless, but I guess it's just there because Tormod's Crypt for Graveyard Garbage. I don't know why Aurora Grazer's still on the board. 3 Pithing Needles, whoops. And then some Weather the Storms that don't do anything because I'm telling you, bro, this format is something else. Even Weather the Storm does nothing because the opponents just, they power through. They somehow do it. Yeah, this format is wild. I gotta make a video about it sometime, but I thought I would enjoy the format a lot more than I am right now, but I think maybe once I realize how much of a meme it is, I'll start to enjoy it more, because I'm still trying to get like hyper competitive about it as if it was like Explorer or Standard, because like I play Ranked obviously, and I think I'm in Diamond right now, and I mostly get matched up versus Mythic players because apparently not a lot of people are playing Timeless, which I thought people would be excited for and would be all about it, but I guess since there's kind of a barrier of entry, you need a lot of garbage. You need so many cards that even hope to begin in this format, like the Fetch Lands and Lightning Bolts, Inquisitions, Thoughtseizes, all the degenerate stuff is like rare or mythic, so a very high barrier of entry for Timeless, so I guess that explains why a lot of people aren't playing it. So I don't know, I think I'll continue playing with it, just with a less competitive mindset going forward, if that's the proper way to do it. At least until the meta develops a bit more, because right now it is literally like the Wild West. So yeah, that's Sneak Attack. I don't know why I went on this big tangent, but we're just here to have a good time and give y'all something to fall asleep to. So
hope you're having a good nap.
All right, enough wild. And okay, what else? Oh, I didn't even look. Oh wait, what is this? This is the deck I used for. Where does it say? Can I click this and it'll say the format? Oh god, what happened to Arena? Select avatar? I didn't want to do that. Okay, here's it. No ban historic. Before Timeless was created or even announced, they had no ban. Steam, please. They had no ban historic. Just an event you could play for free. You had access to every card on Arena. They did it twice. The first time I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I played a lot of, what did I play the first time? Maybe I didn't play the first time. I think I didn't play the first time because I just figured everyone would just spam channel, and that is what happened. Then they did it again, and they banned channel, so I played, and I tried this Sneak Attack deck, and it worked pretty well. As you can see, it's largely similar to the version that I put into Timeless. No Fetch Lands though, because like this was before that happened, but yeah, I guess I just copied this over to that, so this has no reason to still be in my deck list, so I can delete it. Here was the other enchantment creature that you could tutor up with Idyllic Tutor, by the way, but I don't have a copy of it, and I'm not wasting a wild card because currently I have 1 rare, 2 mythics after my splurge on everything, so I did not make any changes. I don't know why you're asking me to save them, but okay. You see the name. Back when, before what is its name? All I can think of is Explorer. The Geologist? I can't remember its name. The 4-mana card that got banned in Explorer because it discovers and wins the game. While that deck was running rampant, I was like, okay, there's gotta be something that puts this deck in its place. And I figured Arclight Phoenix would be the way, so I tried to build into Phoenix to continue playing Explorer. Then I realized that Treasure Cruise was not on Arena, so I abandoned the whole idea because I thought it was on Arena and people just weren't playing it. Because whenever I ran into Arclight Phoenix players, I never saw Treasure Cruise. I didn't know if I just got lucky or people didn't know to play it, but I never saw Treasure Cruise, so I didn't realize that it wasn't on Arena. So when I tried to build this deck, I got this far and then it's like, oh shit, Treasure Cruise isn't on Arena. Because the other one was, Dig Through Time was on Arena, so I assumed Treasure Cruise would be too, but it wasn't, so, now it is on the format, so this can definitely, oh, I only have one Phoenix? Damn it. Well, I don't even have enough wild cards to, craft 3 Arclight Phoenixes right now, so this deck's gonna get put on hold, so we'll just discard these changes and leave this down here in the drafts. Pohenix, and bro, I know you see this ox. You'll pass me the ox. Oh boy, what do we got here? Okay, we got the ox, we got the plow, we got Bankbuster in this bad boy. Was this best of 1 or 3? I can't tell unless I go over here. Bro? Okay, this was still best of 1. So this can be deleted, but I think this was before they made the turtle? Yeah, the turtle in Ixalan came out and is just miles better than Ancient Lumberknot. But yeah, I was on some shit when I came up with this, bro. We got the mech hanger to just make these artifacts into creatures and slay them in, even when we have nothing to crew them. But we got the best crew right here. Oh man, now this looks like I can cook. I actually have. Well, first of all, let's change this to best of 3. We can go back here now. I know it's something tortoise. I don't remember the name. Bedrock tortoise. Can probably just put all 4 of these in and take out the Lumbernauts. No reason to splash black, really. I mean, maybe I can leave in a couple, but they don't really do anything if my other creatures aren't in play. So I don't really know where to go from here. Probably need some interaction of some kind. Or possibly recursion of some kind. Man, I don't know. I don't even think this is viable in Explorer now. So maybe I should just cast this one aside and I have the formula down. So if I ever want to come back to this idea, I can. But I just don't think there just isn't enough here to really make a deck work. Because spoiler alert, I'm trying Bedrock Tortoise and Lumberknot in Standard right now, and even that is struggling, so I think diversifying even farther by trying to do Wild Ox, Plow, and Artifact shenanigans on top of that, I think that's going a little too far, especially in a format as powerful as Explorer, so I think I can get rid of this. Rest in peace, Big Ox, and let me just show you this deck. This is actually, when it works, it really works. We got this 1 mana 4/4 that can become a 5/5 late game, which is ridiculous, but that is an effect you can do. That is an option. This can be a 2 mana 3/3 that can also ramp you. Same with Loam Speaker. This is good for, can become a 2-mana 3/3 that is just decent, but if you play it on 2, you can, if it goes unblocked, you can ramp, which is great. You always want to be ramping. This, I don't know if this really has a purpose in the deck. It helps, like if you're aggro and like on the play and everything, it might be worth it, but a lot of times this comes down, backs something up like this or something else, and that's it. For the rest of the game, it's just a 2/2. So it hardly feels worth it, but I don't know, it can help when you're on the play. Annex Sentry is crazy. 3 mana 4/4 that exiles a creature. I had no idea the creature had to be mana value 3 or less until I started playing with this, but yeah, apparently that is written on this text box. It has to be mana value 3 or less. So good to know there, but still 1 mana 4/4 is very good, especially when it eats an opponent's creature. Welcoming Vampire really glues the deck together, because all these guys, they trigger it. So it's kind of insane. Even Bedrock, Tortoise, and Lumberknot trigger it. So yeah, it's crazy. But Lumberknot, just budget, super budget version of Bedrock Tortoise. It might be incorrect to be playing 4 of these, because Tortoise is just so much, like, this is the one you want. But we also got Elesh Norn as a 5 mana 7/7 with Vigilance that doubles our ETBs and shuts off opposing ETBs, so that's nice. And then this as a 5 mana 7/7 that can just swing the game in your favor if the game goes long. But we're not trying to go long, so I think I should probably take this out, but I don't really have other artifact or enchantment removal in here, so maybe I should fix that. Let's look at my board. What is this? Dauntless Dismantler, 2 mana 4/4. Artifacts, your opponent's control, enter tapped. I guess this is just a better option than Silverback Elder, unless the game goes very long. Oh yeah, I should probably change that. Scrap Gorger doesn't need to be in here, really. Like, I don't... Let me just fix this right now. Because I do have the Elder in here, right? So we can get rid of these. Put you in the board. Maybe. I think 2 is fine. Then what? Put the Dismantler in the main deck. Oh shit! I thought that would just add it to the main. Whoops. Dismantler. Click. Is 2 enough? Does that make sense? I think so. Relegate this to the sideboard, because if you're not on the play and going very aggro, this isn't very helpful. So I think I'm an idiot. I could just drag this over here, can't I? Bro, you can tell I don't play Arena much on PC. I'm usually on my phone doing this. But what's its name? Negotiator. Drag you over here in the board, and in the board. There we no, it still didn't do it. Did it? Oh yes, it did. It just drug you over here as well. Is that still only 14? I think it is. Why only 1 needle? That's goofy. I think 2 Invasion of Gobekon main deck, because like I always want this card. It's very good to have. I think 2 more in the board works. Is Silverback Elder here? Yes, it is. Also Frillback, which is just a nice all-around option. Do we need another Streetwise? Wait. But why does Arena not, like, organize this properly? You go up here with the other, I guess. It's going right there. Arena's demanding it. Okay. So does that say 12? So small on my TV screen. I think that's only 12. What else did I take out of my board? Oh, I guess these and these. Yeah, I was gonna add 2 pithing needles, but that only puts me at 14. What else do I add, bro? Let's do it. Add the 2 needles. And then, like a stone brain, maybe? Like, because there's certain cards that just are so demoralizing. Like, I keep wanting to call it skill. Sunfall. Sunfall is just so impossible to interact. Oh, the one that helps versus non-skillfall, Tyvar's Stand could be nice. Yeah, I think we can take out this Dismantler and add 2, Tyvar's Stand? Whoops. Where'd it go? Way over here, didn't it? Damn it. Why'd you do it? Okay. Now where'd it go? Oh, just removed it completely. Bro, get your ass on the sideboard, Tyvar. Is that 15? I think so. 15 and 60. Okay, I think this may work better than what I had. Yeah, I think that looks better. Alright, done. Where was I? Apparently I've only gotten rid of 5 decks, dog. That is not right. Been recording for 46 minutes though. Alright, what? Okay, we can get rid of some of these land destruction decks. Y'all remember this video where I played like 3 or 4 different land destruction decks? This was the first one, which is... I tried playing an Explorer that didn't have like Stone Rain or anything, so the best literal land destruction spell was Creeping Mold. I mean, it's just not... Explorer is not a hospitable format for land destruction. Maybe I can try it in best of 3, though I think if I do try it, I'll play Historic? Because Stone Rain is available on there, so I don't have to rely on like Creeping Mold and stuff, but the format is like less powerful in Explorer Pioneer, but at the same time the strats are just so much more degenerative. Like in Historic you can, it's a lot of the same, like you're into a lot of creature decks, like a lot of angels, overwhelming amount of like life gain angels, and just a nice healthy like diverse metagame because there's a lot of cards, so there's a lot of decks. But in Explorer, even though the card pool is less, so the power level is less, there's just like there's a lot more, what am I trying to say, like the goodies rise to the top, and if you're not playing the goodies you very quickly get outclassed. I could get away with stuff like this in best of 1, and that's just a factual statement, because I obviously did it, because if you go back and watch those videos, that's what I did. I played best of 1 and got away with stuff like this, and like Genesis Ultimatum, I did all the ultimatums, so like best of 1 is a wild format. I don't think I can ever go back to playing it just because there's so much wrong with it, but you would think if it could function in best of 1, it could also function in best of 3, so I might build a land destruction deck in best of 3, but I think for the time being I can comfortably get rid of this one and the others, so yeah, RIP Land Dest 1, but it's time to go. Now Land Dest 2, this was inspired by my boy Luke. He wanted me to play around this bad boy, Earth Cult Elemental, that ETB makes your opponent sack a permanent. If they have no permanents, that means they sack a land, which contributes to what we wanted to be doing. The problem is we have no way of really removing other permanents. What is Idyllic Tutor doing in here? Oh, I guess a teleportation. Yeah. So we can keep ramping and keep drawing and keep blinking this and making opponents sack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that could work. Probably not in Pioneer where everyone wants to win the game by turn 3, and you'll never even cast your circle, but yeah, the only time you're ever not dead by turn 3 is versus control, and you're never resolving a 4-mana spell, so I don't think this is don't think this is viable. But you never know. Might go back. It's fun looking at this, just remembering how it did function, and just knowing that it's never going to work again. That's funny and sad at the same time. But it did work. Y'all go back and watch that video of me. Well, how did I word it? Destroying opponents' lands, but I'm the one getting mad. I used to get so mad playing best of one just because it was such a flawed format, but. No dwelling on that. I'm trying to make this a chill video, but thinking about best of one and all the hard times it gave me, it's a little disconcerting. But I don't know if I can build a deck like this again in best of 3. That's my problem. I want to delete this and like maybe someday build it again in best of 3, but I just don't see this working in best of 3 because everyone like plays the same. Like I said before, if you're not playing like the top echelon of cards, like you're just going to get outpaced. So that's what everyone plays. So if you try to play something like this, you don't get anywhere. But maybe I'll try it someday. But for now, I think we can comfortably get rid of this, bro. Creeping Mold gotta go. Yeah, get me out of here. Ulamog Rig. I made a video about this, didn't I? Yes, I did, and I went back and forth on whether this was best of 3 or best of 1, and it looks like I ended up on best of 3 somehow. Sure did. What's in my board? What's in my main deck? More like it. Whoops, there we go. What styles can we apply? Oh, Vorinclex, okay. Bunch of ramp. I got these. I guess now that, that 3-mana 6/6 dinosaur exists, this can be... Yeah, this can definitely be updated, bro. There's a lot here. What was in my board? Thoughtseizes, Hirsch, Thoughtseizes, Pithing Needles, Scoos randomly, Obstinate Baloth, dog. I don't know what I thought that was doing. Yeah, I think I can delete this. There's so much more room for fight rigging nonsense now that there's that 2-mana 8/8 and the 3-mana 6/6, so there's redundancy with Shakedown, so yeah, I think I can build this better, though I did like this shell a lot, because like even if you don't get the combo with this and like get Ulamog on turn 3, it could still play the long game, you know, grind out value with like this and Garg and Vorinclex here, so good deck. Think I can get rid of it though. Yeah, because I would definitely want to experiment with the dinosaur, so yeah, I think I'll just delete this one and start from scratch, but good to look back on this and see what I worked with in the past. Bro, look at this timeless deck. This isn't a deck, by the way, it is just cards that I wanted to craft so that I would have them in Explorer. And this is what I had left to craft. Swords of the Plowshares, because apparently this is only a rare on Arena. RIP. Dark Ritual and Tendrils in case I wanted to go Storm. Ragavan, I have a Ragavan now. I don't know why it's still wanting me to craft one. Because I definitely have a Ragavan. I have 2 Ragavans now, so... let's get you out of here. Yeah, these are the cards I wanted. I apparently don't have any Once Upon a Times. Yeah, this is what I still... My next of list on what to craft once my wild card collection gets back up again, but I don't think I really need to keep this. It was just here to like remind me, but at the same time it's not hurting anything. I think I still have sure save those changes. Yes, please. I think we're actually like below 70 now, so I could probably afford to keep that. We're at exactly 70, bro. This process is so much slower than it looks. What's Historic Golg? Best of 1 Golgari 5 drops. Oh my lord. What is Ren doing in here without any graveyard recursion? I have no idea. Tarmogoyf. Okay, I have a deck like this right now. It's like Jund, and it's just so much better than this. I remember playing with this back when I played Best of 1 before the ring got nerfed, and I had a good time because it's just a good shell. It's like Jund but missing red, so a historic Gog. But I don't know what Ren is doing here, and this just seems totally random, but I guess it worked as a way to, because like it is a 3-for-1 if it lasts 3 turns, but yeah, I have no reason to keep this deck though, so yeah, discard them changes, dog. And don't remember making any changes either, but yeah. Temur Elemental, this is Borborygmos Brawl, is it not? Sure is. Oh my, I played with this, did I not? Yeah, I definitely did. Or maybe I just did one game. Now I can't remember. I think I made a full video with it. I can't remember, but the point is now, Surak is on Arena, so, favorite Temur, General is no longer Borborygmos and Fibblethip. My main man is here, so I can actually get closer to porting over my IRL commander deck with Surak, which I don't think I've made my deck video for, bro. I'm so far behind on my videos. Here I am just making a sleeping aid video, but alright, now that the camera's all messed up. But yeah, what was I saying? I can delete this deck, bro, because Surak's here, so I don't need this anymore. I think I tried going like full elementals, maybe, based on the name, Temur Elemental. I'm not... Oh, there's a Risen Reef. Okay. So I guess it's elemental, even though 99% of the creatures I'm seeing are not elementals, but pop off. Okay, we got some finally. Alright. Yeah. Deleting this one, though. And then Squirrel, no, did I play with this? I might have played like one game on like one of those videos where I was going through old decks, but I definitely didn't make a full video about it, even though I wanted to, because like just squirrel memes and tokens, and it's just good stuff here. Yeah, I think I'll save this because I may want to play with it one day. Like, I don't even remember what all was here. This could probably be updated now because so many sets have been released. Magic releases too many sets, bro. I think y'all know that, so I'm not going to get into that. But I will definitely play with this someday. What's the style I can apply? Something over here. Oh, Nissa. Okay. March now. What's this? Oh, there's a video where I showed my Primeval Titan, like, 5-color ramp until you can cast a lethal Banefire and win the game that way combo, but this was more, instead of Banefire, my win con was Last March of the Ents, which is considerably worse, because even though this still can't be countered, they can still destroy your creatures in response, and then this does nothing. Not technically nothing, but it's just very bad. Especially if you don't have any cards in hand, which, yeah, I love this card. I was trying to break it, but I don't think just porting over that deck and trying to slot this in as the replacement win condition of Banefire was the way to go. So I should definitely experiment with this more. So yeah, I can get rid of this. This one wasn't it. So yeah, we'll delete this. Need a new March. This Ugin deck, bro, I think I have to get rid of it. Cause like, I don't know what to put in my board. Like, it was very fun. Like I really enjoyed it, but I don't want to go back to playing Best of 1. And I don't know how to really change this to Best of 3, cause like there's so much. Well, I mean, maybe Simic Ramp can work, since we have blue to theoretically interact. But, like, there's just so much aggro and combo, so maybe not. I think I will keep this around and try to salvage something that I can port to Best of 3, just because I love this shell. Like, this was one of my first real attempts at getting into Explorer, which is kind of funny to say because like it's not an established archetype or anything. It's just, I guess it's an archetype that exists. Simic Ramp is not unheard of, but like it's not really, doesn't really have a representation in Pioneer Explorer, so I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it because I like the shell. So I was going to delete it, but changed my mind. I want to Storm. Back before when I was saying how I heard people wanting to ban Storm the festival instead of Nykthos, that really upset me because then I couldn't play this. Storm the festival just into big threats. Meanwhile, we try to fight rigging into nothing. Maybe an Elder Gargroth and then storm some more. I mean, yeah, this. I could definitely see how this functioned in best of one, but I don't even think, because like it's really just Golgari mid range. Fight rigging doesn't need to be here. This can be in the board. This doesn't need to be here really. Like, there's a lot that could be changed here if I was really committed to playing Storm the Festival, Golgari value pile in Explorer, which I just don't think is the wave because you get run over by aggro before any of it matters, and then, well, I guess I could side for sweepers. Like, black has a lot of good like meat hooks and the other one. What am I thinking? The Extinction Event, which I don't think I have any copies of, so yeah, I think this could actually be ported over to best of 3, but I don't know where to begin, and I don't like this shell right here. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to even try to salvage this, so I think I'm just going to delete it and start from scratch if I want to make a Golgari value Storm the Festival deck. The main thing to hit with Storm the Festival is binding, but I don't think that's going to cut it in best of 3 where people play the established top decks. Maybe I can do something, but yeah, I think for now I'm just going to delete the whole deck and maybe start from scratch. Nissa. Just Nissa. This is when I first crafted Nissa. I also wanted to try Tireless Tracker. I was only going 4 Elf, no Mystic. Team Llanowar Elves, boys. Why are you here? What? Bro, were you trying to be Nykthos but forgot the Nykthos? Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Were you trying to be aggro? Like, I guess. But, like, it's a little top heavy to be aggro. I mean, this could work, I guess. It doesn't really... Naming the deck Nissa, and it's not really a Nissa deck. It's like an aggro deck with Nissa and random Silverback Elder for artifacts and enchantments because we don't have anything else because we're playing best of 1. Yeah, I think I can just delete this one, bro. I don't think there's any redeeming qualities here. It was a fun deck, don't get me wrong. I loved playing with that for the day and a half I played with it in best of 1 before moving on to this one, Crazy Crazes. This was a deck and a half, let me tell you. In best of 1, yeah, this worked. All about ramping early game. Leer main deck because it's my only option versus counters, even though if the opponent has counters, they're just going to counter the Leer, and then you'll never get any value out of that. So we have problems, but that's why we play best of 3 now, so don't have to worry about that. I think this could actually successfully be ported over, though it also kind of feels like the Simic ramp deck that was Ugin. There's a train in the background, but maybe y'all won't hear it. I don't know. If y'all are still watching, leave a comment saying, "God damn, that train sounds really loud. I shouldn't have said anything." If y'all are still here, leave a comment saying whether you like Nissa more or Ugin more as a planeswalker. These specific cards. Not like characters in lore or whatever, like these specific cards. Which do you like more, Ugin the Spear Dragon or Nissa who shakes the world? If you're still watching, let me know. But yeah, the random... I got nothing, bro. I'm pitching this one. I moved from mono green Nissa to this because this was so much more enjoyable to me. But like I said, I think it just feels like this Simic Ramp deck. I feel like these could be combined into something that actually like matters, because like both of these decks are like trying to be like mid-rangey, but like they lose to aggro and control, so I don't get it. I gotta get rid of Crazy Krasis. I didn't even mention the fact that Hydroid Krasis is busted, but yeah, it's a good deck, but I think it can be. There's so much room for improvement now that I'm playing best of 3 for that to just like it is wide open. That deck had no direct way to just be ported over to best of 3. I got a lot of work to do there. Opponent turn. This was Simic Flash. Did I make a Flash best of 3 deck? I feel like I did Sultai Flash. Is this best of 3? I think it is. Oh yes, it is. I dropped green because I was just having a lot of trouble with this for whatever reason. I couldn't figure it out really, because like there's no way to draw cards. Your card draw engine is a 3-drop card that dies to 1 mana removal, and it can be countered. Like I said, it dies to removal. I slotted this into the main deck just because I was running out of cards so often. Yeah, I liked Sultai Flash, like with Nightpack Ambusher and Cutthroat, that's no longer even in the deck. You saw it on the deck box art of the last deck. I swapped it out just because it wasn't ever doing anything for me, so when I ported it over to this for best of 3, because that's what happened. I ported that deck over here to best of 3 because I started playing best of 3. I was going through my old decks, and I was like, oh, I liked this Sultai Flash deck, so let me try it in best of 3, and I just couldn't win a game. I literally could not win a game to save my life, even versus the most beginner level strategies and players. And I could not for the life of me figure out why, until like 3 days later I realized, why am I running out of cards so much? And then it hit me that my draw engine, it costs 3 mana and dies to everything, and until then you're not really doing anything. There's no staying power for the late game because I don't run counter spells because I'm not bad. I only had 2 Tidebinders. What was in my board? A Wash Away is a really ridiculous card. Unmoored Ego, I don't know why I was running that. I think I was just tired of all the samey cards that plague best of 3, but Unmoored Ego is such a bad card because it's 3 mana -1, don't do anything to affect the board. It's very bad, but I guess necessary for combat. Bro, can you stop going away, please? Please? I guess I can't. Guess that's the end of the list anyway. Yeah, I think I can just delete Sultai Flash while I'm at it, along with the other actual Sultai Flash. This one's still named Sultai Flash, even though I got rid of green, bro. That's fucked up. Yeah, we'll delete this one. Rip Sultai Flash. And then we'll delete Opponent Turn, which I didn't even look at yet. I'm telling you right now, it's like the same shit, but like even worse. There's no 1 mana card in the deck. All of our lands make you lose life, so you just lose the aggro. But even in best of 1 where aggro was more prominent, this deck actually won me some games, and I couldn't win a game with the better version in the more accommodating format. I couldn't believe when I lost every game with that deck, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's no reason for me to keep this either. I think for a deck like this to function, you actually do need to play counter spells, which I just can't bring myself to do. I have too much self-respect. But like I said, I'm not trying to be facetious or like discourage anyone from playing what they like. Like I admit I do play counter spells occasionally as well, but I don't enjoy it, so I don't do it a lot. But sometimes you're playing a strategy that requires it, which I feel like Flash needs. So that's why I was struggling with it, in addition to the fact that I never drew cards and I was always out of cards despite everything. So yep, deleting Opponent Turn along with Sultai Flash, that was actually Dimir Flash. So Hoo-wee. And now we get to Mega Matum. But this was almost a year ago. I went back and like looked when I did Ultimatum Month, and it was like the beginning of April of last year. That is crazy. That was that long ago. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. That was good times. Is it weird to get nostalgic for like just a few months prior, guys? If y'all are still here, let me know. Anyway, y'all saw the video, or maybe you didn't. If you didn't, I recommend checking it out. I recommend checking out that whole series because I love the ultimatums. I think they're significantly worse in best of 3 when opponents can just side and counter spells and ruin your day, but I think they're definitely worth trying because they are so... Unlike the ultimatum cycle from Alara, this cycle is actually really powerful and worth trying, so I can definitely build around this in best of 3. Lotus Field is almost on Arena, which is the main showcase deck that gives Emergent Ultimatum the spotlight, but I think even without Lotus Field combo, Emergent Ultimatum just has so much inherent combo potential and just ability to be broken on its own. Like, it did it in Standard, and I'm sure there's so much more you can do with it in Pioneer and Explorer, but I don't think anyone really experiments with it, which is a shame. So yeah, I'll definitely have to play around with Emergent Ultimatum in Explorer somehow. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll have to cook. I'll definitely have to cook. This was wild. This strat, because the plan was to Emergent Ultimatum, select Omniscience, Vorinclex, and Garruk Unleashed, so that your opponent, if they aren't bad, they will shuffle Omniscience back into your deck. Because if they let you have Omniscience and you have even one card in your hand, that one card can be another Emergent Ultimatum, so you cast that for free and it just snowballs. But provided they aren't bad, they'll shuffle your Omniscience away, so you get your Vorinclex and your Garruk. You play the Vorinclex first, then Guard comes down, enters with enough loyalty to get an emblem right away. So at the end of every turn you get a creature out of your deck, and there's a lot of high-end creatures that are game-ending in their own right, so you tutor one of them up every turn and you win the game in that regard. I don't think I ever really accomplished that when I played with this deck in that video, but I did just grind out some wins, other ways, because there's so many ways this can win. But yeah, now that we have like Delve spells and like, I guess Cavern of Souls wouldn't really help. You can name like Human for Leer, and then yeah, I don't know, that's still a little wonky, but I gotta play around with Emergent Ultimatum because it's just begging to be broken. But all anybody does is just Lotus Field. People out like Lotus Field is on Arena. It's almost fully on Arena. I think the only card missing is Hidden Strings, so people don't just port over the existing Pioneer deck and play that. They play like some godforsaken abomination that plays like Discontinuity and plays it on their turn to stop the Lotus Field entering play you sack to lands trigger, and it's so frustrating because then they still have 3 discontinuities in their deck and they always play them on your turn and just take infinite turns, and there's not a whole lot you can do. So yeah, definitely need to play with Emergent Ultimatum more. But in the meantime, yeah, I think we can say our final goodbyes to this deck and just reminisce about times I had making that video. Am I still recording, bro? How long has it been? Oh yeah, still recording. Okay. Yeah, we can delete this. Gargaze, bro. For the longest time, bro, all I wanted to do was make Elder Gargaroth playable. In order to meet that criteria, you basically need to give Elder Gargaroth haste the moment it hits the field, so you can actually attack and draw a card. That way, when they inevitably destroy your Elder Gargaroth, you'll still have already gotten value out of it. So the plan here was to have Reckless Stormseeker give Garg haste as soon as it hits the field. The problem is, your Stormseeker dies, and your Pellet Collector dies, and everything just dies in best of 1. It's either one for one removal, cheap like Fatal Push, or just mindless board wipes like Supreme Verdict or Farewell. But one way or another, your stuff is dying, and your Elder Gargoth is not going to amount to much. So that's what I learned in my experience in the past year, because I think I made this like a year ago. I think I spent 3 wild cards on this Cindervines because I wanted something for Enchantment Hate, and I don't know why I wasn't just playing the Trap Breaker Outland Liberator. But it combos well with Stormseeker. Bro, I don't get it. But yeah, I don't know how much I like Elder Gargoth anymore. This used to be like my favorite card. Maybe second to Dungrove Elder, but Garg has fallen off for me. It's still up there, but I wouldn't. It might still be in my top 5 for nostalgia reasons, but it's not among my top 2 anymore, which is sad because like it doesn't do enough, I guess. Even if you do give it haste right away and you draw a card off of it and then it dies, like, you have to understand the circumstances where you either die before you cast it, you do cast it and theoretically try to stabilize with the life gain option, but then Garg dies and you don't get that. Dies to like Brutal Cathar, or I guess Skythly Evaporation can't hit it, but like some kind of mono white effect that just exiles it, or like Fateful Absence or Get Lost Now. Just cheap interaction. It takes Garg out just like that. So it either dies to cheap interaction like that, or the other end of the spectrum, you're playing like a long game where the opponent's playing a control matchup. They don't care about your Elder Gargoth, even if you give it haste, which you are never going to do because the board's never going to be clean by the time you can play an Elder Gargoth, but hypothetically, say it is. You get Garg down, you attack for 6, they wipe the board the very next turn, the card you drew is a land, the card you draw on your next turn is a land, and then you try to play the 1 remaining card in your hand, that gets countered, or just 1-for-1 removed the very next turn, and from then on you just... There's diminishing returns when you try to win with Elder Gargoth. It doesn't go underneath control decks well enough, but it doesn't help enough versus like aggro decks to try to stabilize you. So I guess maybe now there's some merit in the fact that Cavern of Souls exists. So maybe, because like all these are beasts, so maybe you can make like Beast Tribal. That could be cool. Anything else in here? Beast? Dryad Warrior? Human Warrior? Damn. No more beasts. Only beast is right here. I'm wild. And I've been recording for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Holy moly. I was not kidding when I said 2 hours when I made this idea in my head, but I thought there's no way I can keep talking for that long, but here we are. Yeah, I guess there's room to experiment, like Beast Tribal. I want to make like Human Tribal, 5-color humans. I think that can really work in Pioneer and Historic, but I guess Beast Tribal is the way to go, maybe? If you can figure out a way to give Garg haste, yeah, that can work. I think I'll try that instead of fumbling around with like aggro down here and then Garg at the top of the curve, because like in addition to that there's just no interaction. There's 4 copies of Tail Swipe, which stone does nothing if your opponent doesn't play creatures, and this was a problem with best of 1. I guess you could like, the problem is I don't like this deck, so I'm not going to try to porting it over to best of 3, though I think you could. I don't think it would be very good, but I think it's possible. But I've lingered on here for way too long, so let me just get out of here. That's my problem, bro. I got talking about the most inconsequential shit, and then I just keep talking, and then here we are. Where are we at in terms of decks? 60. Okay, so we're making some progress. Here we got scales. Let's try to keep up the pace, if you know what I'm saying. Again, this trying best of 1 was just so... Did I never make a video with this deck? I guess I never did. This is what I used to rank up with when I really wanted to get to like Diamond or Mythic, because it was very susceptible to like control or like removal of any kind, because you got to commit so much to like the board, and I included 2 copies of Negate, which doesn't help versus Supreme Verdict, so I don't know why that was my card of choice instead of like... Heroic Intervention, I guess that also stops Farewell, but man, that's like a pig or poison. Best of one is such a whack format. Yeah, this was counters. Counters Kodama. You get counters. You slam Kodama. You ramp. You play bigger spells. You get more counters, and you ramp more, and you facilitate that into a win. There's things you could do here. I don't think this is the correct shell to build. Snakeskin. Yeah, that works. That gives counters. So there is synergy there. Like this worked for best of one, but like in best of three, there's just so much more you can do here. Like. Yeah, I don't even want to try to port this over. I think I can, if I want to make a Hardened Scales deck, first of all, this is more like aggro. Hardened Scales doesn't really do anything, like, to contribute to the overall plan of just having counters. Because, like, this, if you are going to add a counter, this adds another counter. But if you have one counter, that already procs Kodama, so this is more for, like... It's more suited for aggro. This is more like just counters in general. So I don't think Scales really works in this deck. It did help because you could just power out wins when you went first and had like early aggressive starts. But is this a rare? Holy shit, it was. That's insane. I think Hardened Scales can work in like an aggro deck where you really just want to push out early damage. But for like a more rampy, like late game, I guess you can say late game, even though there's no late game cards. Like what? I don't know how this deck functions. I guess there's 4 Crisis, so anything can function when you got that, even though that just dies to Fatal Push. So anyway, yeah, we can get rid of this. Bro, mutate the land. Let's go. I think I actually, maybe I didn't show this because this doesn't look familiar. Like I played with this, but why is this moving? I swear that this is moving down here, and I don't know what it is. I must be tripping hard, bro. I swear my Kodama card is moving. Like, actually moving. Can we move this over here and see what it is? Oh, I guess it's this version of the card that actually moves. Huh. Anyway, plan here is drop Grazer on turn 1. Turn 2, mutate this onto Grazer, so... oh my god. Well, no, wait, this is like multi-level, because we got that going on, we got this to distribute counters, we got this to proliferate the counters, we got this to abuse the counters to ramp, we got this to do all of the above, we got this... we got this to, in desperate circumstances, ramp, but also to deal with the influx of mono white flyers that was just plaguing the format when everybody was playing mono green devotion for whatever reason. And one random copy of Tyranix Rex and one random Kogla the Titan Ape. Yikes. That's a lot to take in, bro. I think if I were to rebuild this for best of 3, I would drop some of the random strats, like... I don't know why Awaken the Woods is... Like, Awaken the Woods combos extremely well with Tribute to the World Tree. Like, you get however many Woods tokens you make that many 3/3s, which are actually decent attackers. So that could be nice. But just by itself, this is a very good card, because, like, this procs it. Procs it meaning you draw a card off it. And if you got 2 of these out and you Awaken the Woods, they all get counters, and then you draw cards. So that's incredible. But, like, I just don't... I mean, yeah, it fits because you need to ramp in order to get a good Awaken the Woods, and then Awakening the Woods technically ramps you, but if you have this out, it's not just ramp because it also boosts your board significantly. So yeah, this could work in a best of 3 format. There's just a lot of random stuff here on top of it. I don't know how I would go about trying to switch this up for best of 3, but I like what I see here. I am going to delete it though, because it's a little all over the place. Is this landfall? Yes, it is. So that's nice synergy there. I think I might actually keep this and try to, like, you can put this in the sideboard. Just mono green is so scary because, like, your opponent plays one Skillfall and you're done. Do people play Sunfall in Pioneer? Probably not. I think people do play Farewell. I guess I could put Cavern of Souls in here, get rid of this. Yeah, I don't know. I'll hold on to this deck for the time being. Talk myself right into it. What is Big Sultai? Holy shit, is this standard? Sure is. Well, this is certainly a pile of cards. I like all the cards here. I'm not sure this is the way to go about building a deck, but I do like it. I don't think I'm gonna try to port to best of 3. In fact, I think I'm just gonna delete it right now and try to get this video done before actual 2 hours. It leaves me about 20 more minutes to work with, so I'll just delete Big Sultai real quick. Oh no, now we got Sultai Shredder. This was fun. Just Kaito value, attacking with unblockable threats like Suspicious Stowaway or evasive threats like Ledger Shredder. You got your removal. This was nice. Drawing cards was great, but you could also loot and get things in your yard and then reanimate them with Diagraph Rebirth. This also has flashback, so pitching this doesn't hurt either. Yeah, it was just a fun best of 1 deck. Could maybe work in best of 3, but there's so much more room for like Graveyard Hate, so I don't know if I would go that route, because like, no, there's definitely room to like give and take there. You go a little Graveyard Hate game 1, game 2 you kind of eliminate your Graveyard Hate because expecting your opponent to board for it, so you go a little more aggro. Yeah, this could definitely, it could work, especially in standard best of 3. So calling it Sultai Shredder is so disingenuous, because that's not what we're doing. But yeah, I think this could work even in standard still, since this has been power crept. Like, I think I made this like when, God, when was this? Dominaria? Like, yeah, this was a while ago. It can work, but no reason to keep that. I don't think I would need that shell to look off of in order to build that deck. What do we got? Big Urza? Oh yeah, we got Big Urza. I wanted to try Urza and melding Urza to create Urza Planeswalker, because I like Urza as a character and wanted to actually meld him. This was long after when Brothers War came out and everybody was doing it. Because like when it came out and everybody was doing it, I wasn't interested. I don't know why, I just wasn't. But eventually I did come around and was like, yeah, I want to meld. So I made this to meld. Pretty much Azorius, Splashing Black for Shoulder the Apocalypse, because this was right after they banned like Invoke Despair and Fail of the Mirror Breaker and Bankbuster, and they kept Shoulder it in the format, so I figured I could just slot this into any deck because I felt this was the best card in the format, and still debatably is. But this deck's a little bit of a flavor fail, because you got Urza and Teferi and Emperor here teaming up with Shouldered, but it's, I don't know. I built like a true Azorius version of the deck later on, like significantly later, after this, that focused more on like artifacts and melding. But this was a fun deck to play. I suppose it could work in best of 3, but like, if you're gonna do something like this in best of 3, you might as well just play Esper Legends, if we're being completely honest. So yeah, I think we can drop Big Urza, unfortunately. Rip Amonkhet, dog. Before this became like a combo piece, because now it combos with the Ixalan gods that transform into lands, but like they combo with, like when they die, if you copied the god with this, it flips, and then it flips back into Invasion of Amonkhet. It's a fun combo, but even before people were doing that, I was experimenting with it, because I just felt this was just on its face, like 3 mana, opponent discards and you draw. So that is And it's a permanent. So, like, it's a strict 3 mana plus 2 in card economy, which is... like, Invoke Despair was a 5 mana plus 2, and that was insane enough to be banned, so... I really thought this was just going to take over the format, become the new menace, like, more problematic than Fable and Invoke Despair, but it never took off, which I don't know why, but I never saw anybody play it in Best of 1, and now it's picking up traction because it's a combo piece, but I didn't like playing with this deck. I don't remember why, really. But, like, you got Ledger Shredder to pitch your big boys in the yard. Kaido to loot them away, too. So, like, I don't know. I don't remember why I didn't like this, but... yeah, I did not like this, so I'm not going to bother porting it over to Best of 3. But, yeah, this is still a wild-ass card. I'm surprised people don't just play it fairly, not even trying to combo with it, just because even fairly is unfair, because that is just too much value, in my opinion, for 3 mana, but, yeah. Let's get out of there. I don't think I ever played with the Curve 3.0. I wanted to, like, I wanted to make a video about this, because, let me try to remember when this was. It was before Wilds of Eldraine. Yeah, Phyrexia, not Phyrexia, what was it called? March, of the Multiverse, was the newest set, and, the best thing to do was... I concluded was to play this on 2, so you get 3 lands on turn 3. On turn 4 you play, or on turn 3 you play your 4th land and play Invasion of Zendikar, so you have 6 lands at the end of turn 3. Turn 4, hopefully you have another land and a 7-drop, so you can play any of these on turn 5. Which was, ideally you play Italian and then spin into another one, but, yeah, that was pretty much what I was trying to do when, March of the Machine came out, and, it was successful for me, somehow. I stopped playing with it after a while because I just got sick of it, but this was the Curve. As you can see, it's 3.0. I tried iterations before it, but this ended up being the most consistent somehow, but trying to establish consistency in a format as explosive as Best of 1 is not what you want to be doing, so, and I would never port this over to Best of 3, especially now, because the format has changed so much just with the release of Wilds of Eldraine alone, let alone Ixalan, so, yeah, unfortunate I was never able to play with this on video, but yeah, it's time for the Curve 3.0 to say goodbye. Arcane Domain, what do we got here? Oh, I remember that. I made a video about this, bro. What am I even saying? Yeah, this was a classic vid. I don't think many people watched it, which I think the deck performed phenomenally well. Because like the goal is to big score on 4, and then cast Arcane Bombardment on 6. Or wait, and then cast it on 7, and then hold up Tamiyo's Safekeeping if you feel your opponent might exile it. Like, Arcane Bombardment is just a wild card in its own, but we have a lot of ramp here to get Domain, because this was before people were actually like playing Domain. Like, Domain existed, this card existed, but no one was playing Domain because Up the Beanstalk wasn't out, so people weren't like getting comical value out of just playing Leyline Bindings. So, like, it existed, but it wasn't, like, Domain was not an archetype. Not in Best of 1 anyway, which is what I was playing. So, I built Arcane Domain, which was, try to get all basic lands, by the way, one of each kind into play, so when you get this into your graveyard, either through cycling it or looting it away with like Big Score or Electric Revelation, you hopefully cast it with Arcane Bombardment. I was also trying that 6 mana card, the Fall of Krug, which was like 6 mana, deal 3 damage to target opponent and 1 damage to each creature they control and destroy one of their lands. Like, I was trying to build land destruction in Standard, and the best I came up with was putting that under an Arcane Bombardment, but the fact is by turn 6, by the time you cast this, it's way too late to be trying to take out your opponent's lands. So Fall of Krook does literally nothing. So that got eliminated from the deck. But overall, this shell worked really well because like if you got like discard under Arcane Bombardment, you can cast something at instant speed and like right as your opponent's draw step, you pilfer them away. That was, like, this deck was wild, but I don't think it can function in best of 3, because a 6 mana card that is this susceptible to removal is just not... And it's graveyard hate susceptible as well, so I don't think this could ever function in best of 3, but this was a crazy deck in best of 1. I definitely recommend checking out that video if you haven't, but to each their own. If you're still watching this at almost 2 hours, by the way, thank you. Since I'm never playing Best of 1 again, I'll just delete this. Abzan Viv. Standard Vivien on the hunt in Abzan colors. A lot of early game ETB creatures that just do a lot. And then we have Vivien here to cycle through the chain. Just get... you got your 1-drops, your 2-drops, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's really self-explanatory. I made a whole video about Vivien like over a year ago, back when, what's the name of that card? Teleportation Circle, when that was still in Standard, and they both worked really well together, because all your low-cost ETB creatures would enter the battlefield again, and then, like, you ramp twice with Stomper, you ramp into your Vivien, use your Vivien, sack this, get a 4-drop. The 4-drop gives you value, and it was very good. This deck, not so much, even though it's still about as objectively as powerful as that deck, just without the teleportation circle. You don't get as much value, and it wasn't as consistent in that regard. So I never really had as much fun with this as I did in my OG Vivien deck, but maybe I'm mixing things up. Maybe I'm combining 2 old decks together. Bro, I can't even remember. No, because my Vivien deck was actually mono green, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do remember the old Vivien deck that was mono green functioning much better than this somehow. But yeah, this one not so much, and I think I gotta do a bit of brewing with Vivien in best of 3 before she rotates out, so might hold on to this one actually, just to get like a feel of how I want to build it. Yeah, I think that's actually, talk myself into that one too. Dino Battles? Bro, this was before dinosaurs even got their support. Like, you know, I've been a day 1 dino supporter, bro. I got, what do I got? I got the Atali, of course, but I also had this bad boy, Stomper. I've been rocking since day 1. We had this. Kogla is a dinosaur. Or Yidar is the dinosaur. Kogla is actually the 8, but I was rocking Dino Battles before Ixalan. But now that Ixalan's here, I don't think I could ever go back to this, because there's a lot of... This was more battle-themed than dinosaur-themed anyway, so... Yeah, just a fun deck. I was playing this because Cavern of Souls didn't exist, obviously, but yeah, just want to show this one more time before deleting. What is this? These of Karsus. 3 damage to... Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get out of here. Mono G Kodama looks like it got Black Splash. I bet that's for Terra Sunder. Yep, okay. Aside from that, like, I built so many Kodama decks. I just love the card. I love getting value off your early drop creatures when they survive, and then ramping, and then that accelerates you into your later game plays, and I just love Kodama. Wanted to try playing with it as much as I could while it's still in Standard. It's in Standard for a whole extra year, which I'm hype about, but yeah, nothing really innovative here. It was just my latest obsession. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta play Kodama again. So I built this, and it was fine. There's always inherent problems with it, because, like, your early game creatures die, and then your Kodama dies, and everything dies always. It was that way in best of 1 anyway. Maybe in best of 3 it's a little better, but yeah, I guess I'll try to build around Kodama in best of 3 maybe. So yeah, we'll keep this around. Just gonna rename some of these decks so I remember what I was doing, why I was keeping them. God, how do you even? That's all I got for that one. What is straight Kaito? Looks a lot similar to the other Kaito deck. This has the other Kaito in it. That's funny. Yeah, I think this is just better than the other one. The one that said Sultai Shredder. There's no Sultai, so there's no green, so there's no creatures. Though this doesn't even get green creatures, though, does it? No. So, yeah, this works. I think this is just all around better than Sultai Shredder. And this probably could work in best of 3, but it feels like... It just feels like if you're going to play a 3-drop Esper card, you might as well just play Rafine and go Esper Legends. I don't know, bro. Don't think... I might try porting this over to best of 3, but I don't think I need to keep the deck as a reminder of that. Yeah, I loved Kaito. It was on my like top 10 cards, favorite cards from 2022. It's almost time for best favorite cards of 2023, bro. I gotta get on that. Add that to my list of videos that I can fall behind on. Anyway, farewell, Kaito. Made it to 51. Okay, I'll delete one more deck. And what the fuck is Hayam Gum? Best of 1, it looks like just mindless ass control. Like Azorius with green splash specifically for up the beanstalk. That can't be it. What tier is this? Or what format? Oh shit, this is standard? Huh. Yeah, you would never catch me. Oh, it was 5. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you'd never catch me playing this shit in best of... Well, I do play this in best of 3, actually. I made like an actual 5-color domain deck, but this is mostly like Azorius. I don't even need to think about it. This one's getting deleted. Blue and Angel Killer, bro. Hold on, let me... I just gotta look at this one more time. Yeah, in best of 1, I was encountering a problem where I kept running into blue decks that just counted everything and angel decks that just stopped all my green decks. So I built this and it lost to both of them despite the name, I think. I don't remember. I think it beat blue decks pretty convincingly, but I think it still lost to angels because 3 of these is not enough. That's all I can say. So, well, this helped, I guess. Yeah, this doesn't need... This was strictly a best of 1 deck. Now that I play best of 3, there's no need of this because you can just sideboard. But yeah, let's look at kitties. I don't know if you remember, like way back, like a year and a half ago, I did like a video where, well, I did the wolves and then I did giants, and I was planning on making like a mini series where I just do tribal. So I made cats, and this was planned to be in that video from way the hell back then, but I never got around to it. Is that 2 Kahira? 1 in the deck, 1 in the companion zone? I think it is. Okay. Anyway, this is my cats deck for best of 1 standard. This was actually very aggressive and worked pretty well, just because on the backbone of this, because this is a very good card. It's a 2-mana 2/3 Lord for cats, so it pumped everything. It's a very good deck, cause relying heavily on not only this but Coco. So yeah, this could definitely work in best of 3. You can sideboard for like control that tries to wipe the board, or you know, whatever you need a sideboard for. So yeah, this could definitely be ported to best of 3, which I think is a better format for it. Because like there's that Serpapod, that 3-mana cat spells you control, or creature spells you control can't be countered. That is a cat. Though Cavern of Souls exists now too, so that's just another funny little thing worthy of note. But yeah, I liked this deck. Probably going to just do that. Oh, I also made Indomitable Creativity. I didn't. Why do we have a sideboard? Oh, Wish? Do I have Wish in here? Why is there a sideboard? Oh, this? Yeah, Lure. Oh, okay, it's that. Right. So yeah, I made Creativity. probably not going to play it anymore because you don't really have much to gain. But I did make this, so I guess I'll show it just for posterity purposes. But yep, indomitable creativity, ladies and gentlemen. Just to show you I was really about that business. Gruul Storm, this was an interesting one. Remember how I said I loved Storm the Festival? Well, here I tried a Gruul version. There's definitely room for making Elder Gargaroth work. And I think this is actually more akin to how you would do it. I think I'm actually going to keep this one and just, like I said, make best of 3. So I remember to do that. And then Green Stompy. This is what I prefer above Mono Green Nykthos, Devotion, whatever you want to call it. And I also prefer this over Turbo Henge, which was 2 hours ago. This is what I used to rank up when I was playing Explorer. When I was in the mood to play Explorer, this is what I played to rank up, because it's so aggressive, hits so hard, so fast. Just went under a lot of decks. It could even reasonably deal with mono white angels. If you go first and you get your Blizzard Brawls down, take care of their angels before they get out of hand. It could definitely be done. Even for this main deck, so it can't be countered. But now Cavern of Souls is around, so there's more than one way to solve that issue. But this is still a good card, so might not even need to change this one too much. I think I'll just do the same thing with this. And I think, this was the other one. I keep trying to end the video, but never get to it. Yeah, this was the Primeval Titan. Just like get a bunch of lands in play, and then ideally have a Jin Gataxias out and copy a Banefire and just burn your opponent out of the game after 1 or 2 primetime attacks. Shoulder's also there to chip away the opponent's life total. Just a nice Praetor deck, I guess. It worked well when you didn't get run over by aggro, which I surprisingly didn't. It didn't happen a lot in Best of 1. I don't remember what my foil was with this, because like this can't be countered, so I don't really remember. But yeah, I play Best of 3 now, so I don't think I would need to play this again. Or if I did, I wouldn't be the shell, would it? No, because like you can sideboard, so you don't need the Banefire. So yeah, I'll get rid of it. And I guess we've been recording so long, I can just... God, there's so many decks. Zimic, I feel like I played with this on video. Maybe I didn't. This is what when Wilds of Eldraine came out, this is what I went with, because I gravitated heavily towards this card, because the 2-mana Lagoon Beach is just a wild card. 2-mana blue removal is insane. And then it becomes a 6/6 with Ward 2 and Flash later in the game, which is... This is a wild card. The backbone of this deck. That's what I built with, what I played a lot with. But play Best of 1 now, so I think this could actually work in Standard, but there's so many options in Standard right now. Like, there's so much I want to experiment with. I don't know if I want to go back to playing something like this, so I think I will just delete this one. It was an incredible deck, fun to play as well, but yeah, I don't think I want to try this in Best of 3 right now anyway. Horned Lockwell is still a great card, but there's plenty of ways you can build around it, so we can delete this one. We're tired. This is Best of 1 in a damn nutshell, bro. 4 copies of Unmoored Ego, because I was so tired of Nykthos, so tired of Righteous Valkyrie, so tired of Counterspell. Just, I hated it. I hated everything about Best of 1, but I wouldn't admit it to myself. But this is what I ended up with. This is just too funny, bro. Delete that. Elves, that might be fun in Best of 3. What's Kodama? Oh, is this Brawl? Oh yeah, I'll delete that, bro. They release Magic sets so fast, so like I'm sure this is already outdated by now, so that, like, there's so much I could add to that. So I don't even want to look at it. I'm just going to delete it. If I want to make a Kodama Brawl deck, I'll make a new one from scratch. Like, I don't want this littering up my deck list. I'll just make a new one. Same with Velomachus. I had an incredible time with this. Very, very good memories. Oh wait, this is Explorer. Oh, okay. Well, I like this as well. I think did I ever make any, like, I don't think I ever played a game or made any video about this. This was, remember how I said about the cats and the giants and the wolves? I was like on a mini tribal theme. I was also trying dragons, and this was my dragon tribal deck. It eventually turned into just Velomachus does his thing. Yeah, this was a fun deck. I'll try to port this over to best of 3, but I don't know how it'll do. I just love Velomachus, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. This is the one that like there's probably so much more that can be done now that God, I don't even remember when I made this. Probably like before All Will Be One or something. Like, it was a long time ago. So yeah, there's so much that can be done here. What is this? Oh, Grape Shot. Yeah, we can delete that one. I can always make another Velomachus deck. Beans? I made a Beans deck in Standard. I wasn't trying... Oh, I guess I was doing full domain. Huh. Well, I guess, I don't even know what to say, bro. Caught me with my beans out. Yeah, deleting this one. It was funny, because, like, wasn't this? No, it wasn't this. It was some, like, Golgari beans that I was working with. Yeah, I don't remember this one at all. I'll just delete it. I'm just gonna say, make this best of 3. Elves is another one I used to ladder up with a lot back when I played best of 1. Chulane, what is this? Just a generic value. I wanted to try Chulane and Explorer, and this is what I came up with, and this was weird, but not bad. Just, I don't think this would even remotely function in best of 3, so we'll get one good look at it now and then delete it forever. So yep. Eiganjo Uprising, I made a video about this deck. I don't feel like I even need to show it. Yeah, there's a whole video about it, so I'll just save time and delete that one right now. Erie, Pennsylvania, this was Erie Ultimatum. I guess we gotta do it, just delete all the ultimatums. Companion. Oh, it wants me to put Yorion as my companion, but I wasn't about to do that. Yeah. Maybe Erie Ultimatum? No, there's no chance Erie Ultimatum can work in best of 3, because they'll just side in Graveyard Hate. I guess in that regard you can ignore the Graveyard plane like I was saying earlier, but then what are you doing with your big payoff? I don't know, bro. I guess I'll have to try it in best of 3, but yeah, just thinking about it, I don't know how you'd make it work. But where there's a will, there's a way. In the meantime, though, I think it's time to delete Erie, Pennsylvania. Okay, where's the other ones? What do we get rid of? Emergent Ultimatum, where's Inspired? Maybe I already deleted Inspired. Damn, okay, Andrunas? Oh, I guess I already deleted both of those. Well, alright, so this is all the decks I have. I think I'll just take care of the rest off camera, because I've been recording for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm sure it'll be condensed down somewhat, but this has still been a long time, so I don't want to make this video too long. But yeah, just wanted to showcase some of these decks before I deleted them forever, just to clear up some deck space now that I play best of 3. So yeah, oh, this was also another, like, mono green aggro. Bro, I get sidetracked so easily. Okay, this was trying to go both ways. It was like being aggressive, but also trying to turbo henge, but not, because there's no mana torque to get this down on too. Okay, I don't know what. I guess it was just a fair, try to curve out, play Garruk on 4, and then pump your early drop creatures, and just win that way. Yeah, this was a fun deck. I do think I like the other mono green aggro deck a little better, though, because there's something about the dichotomy of early game creatures and then Garruk to pump them, because the -2 ability is not -2 for a single 3/3 is not a good ability. I do not like that ability on this Gark. I love the other two abilities, but I don't like that one. So if they just kill your creatures, this is like kind of a dead card. But yeah, I do like the idea of Gark aggro because I tried Gark combo many times, but never really tried Gark aggro like fully committed to the bit, like early drop creatures and then just curving out hard and trying to win the game as soon as you play Gark. So yeah, this was an experience. I think I'm gonna delete it though. Okay, now I'm done, I promise. I'll do the rest off screen. I guess I just really wanted to show that. What are we down to now? End count 38. I think we did good in 2 hours. It's showing the starter decks. I freed up so much room. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you're still here, if you're still awake, if you wake up in the morning and this is at the end of the video and you scroll back here a little ways just to see what I said, know that I said some good stuff. Hooey, hopefully nobody saw that, because I don't know how to communicate apparently, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna get on out of here, so bye guys. Have a good night's sleep.